What is up, guys? Joe here. So it's another year, so that means there's another flagship device from Samsung. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. Now this is actually one of the flagship devices that was released by Samsung. They also released the Galaxy S6, but I decided to pick up the Edge because I was feeling a little bit on the edge. Okay, that was a pretty lame joke, but let's go ahead and check out the new Edge. Now spec wise alone, the Galaxy S6 Edge is a beast. This year is actually going to have a Samsung Exynos 64-bit octa-core processor. So it's going to be packing a 2.1 GHz quad-core processor along with a 1.5 GHz quad-core processor. Now this year we're still going to have a 5.1-inch display, but it's going to be now a Quad HD Super AMOLED dual edge display with a resolution of 2560 by 1440 along with a PPI of 577, which is going to be a pretty crisp looking display. Now digging into the box, I did go ahead and get the 32GB Black Sapphire model. There's actually going to be 4 available colors. It's all really going to depend on the carrier, but there's going to be a Black Sapphire, a White Pearl, Gold Platinum, and Green Emerald. Now we'll go ahead and put this off to the side real quick and see what comes in the box. First off, we're going to get some literature that you probably won't even use, so we can go ahead and toss that. Next we have some new Samsung headphones, which actually seem quite comfortable. Now this is going to have volume controls along with a microphone, and along with that you also get a different size ear tips if you want to go ahead and change them out. But next we have our micro USB cable, which is something different because the Galaxy S5 actually came with a USB 3.0 cable. This is going to be a standard micro USB cable, but it's going to allow fast charging with the wall adapter that comes with your Galaxy S6 Edge. So with fast charging, it actually is 1.5 times faster than the Galaxy S5, and it'll give you up to 4 hours of use with just 10 minutes of charge time, which is pretty dope. And lastly, in the box we get our SIM ejector tool. And actually something to note is that the Galaxy S6 Edge and the Galaxy S6, they're both now going to take a nano SIM card. But that's all that comes in the box, so let's go ahead and check out the actual main star of the show. So the Galaxy S6 Edge, first off, I think it feels great in the hand. It's a little different, but it's a good kind of different. As you notice, of course, it's going to have 2 Edge displays on the side. We'll get into that more here in a little bit, but let's go ahead and take a tour around the device. So taking a look, you will notice the Galaxy S6 has a whole new design made out of aluminum. So I'm really glad Samsung went this route now, because honestly this overall just feels like a premium device as soon as you pick it up in your hand. Now something I noticed, and you probably noticed as well, is the fact that it looks sort of blue, even though this is the Black Sapphire. At some angles, depending where the light's hitting, you will kind of see like a blue tint, which kind of seems pretty cool. But I mean, that's just something to point out if you didn't notice already. So on the left hand side, you're going to get your volume controls. Now going towards the top, we have our SIM card slot, and then right in the middle we get our IR blaster, which is going to allow you to control your TV and things like that. And then on the far end we have a microphone, and flipping it to the other side we have our power/sleep button. And then taking a look at the bottom, you'll notice that we have now our speaker grill instead of it being placed in the back. It seems like Samsung took notes of other devices and now put the speaker grill at the bottom of the device. Now next to that we have a microphone. In the middle we have our micro USB charging port, and then on the far end we have our port for our headphones. Now looking at the top, we have our LED indicator along with our sensors, and we also have an improved front facing camera, which is now a 5 megapixel camera. Now this front facing camera is going to have a 120-degree wide angle lens, so it's going to be great for selfies. Now at the bottom of the device we're going to have our 2 capacitive buttons, and then right smack dab in the middle you will notice that the home button now is slightly larger, and it's also been improved with a new fingerprint scanner. Now flipping it to the back, we have our new 16 megapixel rear facing camera with optical image stabilization, and then right next to that we have our LED flash, and we also have our heart rate monitor. Now powering it on, you will notice the display, it's very crisp, very clean. So I'm very excited to get more hands-on with this device, but let's go ahead and quickly overview the Galaxy S6 Edge. Now again, the Galaxy S6 Edge is going to be powered by the Samsung Exynos 64-bit octa-core processor, along with 3GB of DDR4 RAM. So that's going to be an upgrade from the 2GB of DDR3 RAM from last year's model. So with my first couple of minutes of playing with the device, this thing feels very fast now. I hardly saw any lag like previous models, because also TouchWiz has seemed to not be so bloated with a lot of extra apps and things like that. So that is a good step forward for Samsung with their overlay of TouchWiz. Now out of the box, it is going to be coming with Android Lollipop. But diving right in, let's check out the camera real quick. I noticed that the camera was very responsive when I was testing it out. It took snappy photos, but I'm gonna have to actually put this to use and test this out in the future and see what kind of quality photos this 16 megapixel rear facing camera with OIS puts out. Now it's also gonna have an f1.9 aperture, so it's gonna be great in low light conditions, but again, I do want to test this out for myself. Now as far as the front facing camera, it is gonna have a 5 megapixel 120 degree wide angle lens, so this is gonna be great for those of you who like taking selfies, as I just did right now. But just like the rear facing cameras, it's going to have a f1.9 aperture as well. So this again is going to be great in low light conditions, but we'll have to go ahead and test that out in the future and see real world experience of low light and everything like that. Now a cool little feature on the camera is the fact that you can double press the home button from anywhere, whether your phone is locked or you're in an application. By simply double pressing the home button, it'll go ahead and open up the camera. So I think I'll find that little feature useful because I like to take pictures quite often. Now the Galaxy S6 Edge is gonna have a lot of the old features that people loved, but one of the things that they definitely needed to work on from the Galaxy S5 model was their fingerprint sensor. Now with the Galaxy S6 Edge, they actually did work on that. Instead of you having to slide your finger across the home button, it is now as simple as placing your finger on it and then it'll unlock for you, similar to Touch ID on the iPhone. This is something I'm glad they updated because it was a hassle on the Galaxy S5 to do something as simple as unlocking your device with your own fingerprint. Now I'm very happy that Samsung finally decided to step away from the whole plastic thing and then now make it have a more premium feel and look to it with aluminum body and also a glass back. Now with the new build quality, you actually sacrifice a couple things, so this may be a disappointment for a lot of you previous Galaxy owners. Now even though now you have more of a premium feel and look to your device, you no longer get a removable backplate, so this means no more removable batteries. Now the Edge is going to have a 2600 milliamp battery, but with both the S6 and the S6 Edge, even though the battery is built in, they've added a new feature, which is going to be wireless charging. Wireless charging has been an option in the past, but you needed a different backplate for your device, but now it is actually built into the phone. So that means it's going to be compatible with Qi wireless charging pads. So you'll simply be able to drop your phone on a Qi wireless pad and then it'll immediately start charging. Now along with the battery not being removable, you also lose the expandable storage capabilities. So there is no longer a micro SD slot, so you won't be able to expand your memory anymore. So now the storage of these devices starts at 32 gigabytes and then it doubles that to 64 gigabytes, or you can also get a 128 gigabyte model. So now when it actually comes down to purchasing your device, you have to go ahead and make up your mind if you want to go with a 32 gigabyte model, a 64 gigabyte, or a 128 gigabyte model. Now something to note between the Galaxy S6 and the Galaxy S6 Edge is the $100 price difference. So if you want to go ahead and go with the Galaxy S6 Edge like I did, you'll be spending $100 extra on this device. Now the Edge has some functionality that you'll be able to take advantage of from the edge of the screen. You'll be able to simply slide over from the side of the screen and go ahead and add contacts, so you can quickly contact them via phone, via text message, or email. And also another cool feature is when you place your phone down, it'll notify you by the color of that certain contact. But I want to get into that in a future video, so do stay tuned on future coverage on the Galaxy S6 Edge. Now just by a few minutes of messing around with the device, my first impressions, I'm pretty impressed on the Galaxy S6 Edge. In comparison to the Galaxy S5 and other Galaxy devices, this is going to be one of the best Galaxy devices I've used, from software to hardware to the way it just feels in your hand. But that's just from a few minutes of playing with the device. Now if you'd like to see some specific stuff from the Galaxy S6 Edge, let me know what you'd like to see in the comment section down below. This is just a quick little overview. I want to know your thoughts on the Galaxy S6 Edge. Are you going to be getting one, or are you going to be getting the Galaxy S6? Or are you not going to get a Galaxy device at all? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm very interested in knowing your thoughts. But other than that, if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and let me know by hitting that like button. It not only lets me know that you did enjoy the video, but it also shows support to the channel. And if you're not following me yet on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Instagram, All of my links are down below. I'm really active on Twitter and Instagram, so go ahead and follow me on those if you have any questions or if you just want to chat. And if you feel like being awesome, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that way you'll be notified when I come out with my future Galaxy S6 videos. Anyways guys, thanks a lot for watching, appreciate the support, and catch you all on the next one. Alright, peace.